Please keep doing shadow puppets in the middle of this. Just like put your hand in front like... We're off to a great start.
And on this episode of Are Queer People Okay?
The queers do need help, though.
Look, yeah, I feel like we could do a
We're
one-off
messy.
Hello, and welcome to Are Straight People Okay? The show where we check in with the majority to see how you doing. Are you guys... You okay?
Who knows? It's a mystery.
I'm your co-host, Amanda. I'm a lesbian with she, her pronouns.
Aliee Chan, co-host, she, her, queer as fuck.
Hey! Bubbles!
I hope that catches on camera.
I hope it doesn't go in my water. In my brand new glass with the Are Straight People Okay logo.
Da-da-da-da!
And that logo, too. And this logo, we got merch. Before we check in with the straights, let's go ahead and check in with each other. How are you?
I'm good. I have bubbles.
You do have bubbles.
I brought that in today. For show and tell.
Look, we're all just little kids at heart, and oh my god, the way that my eyes followed that was... I think I have ADHD.
You might, honey. How are you?
I am doing well.
Great.
It's June 1st when we're filming this.
Right.
But the end of Pride Month when you're seeing this.
So, our Pride Month was great, one would assume.
Our Pride Month was... so fun.
Please make that a thing.
The best part of my Pride Month was... Dyke Day. What about you?
I'm not doing that.
Well, it is the end of Pride Month as you're watching this, which means the straight people have lost their goddamn mind because they cannot handle Pride Month.
They got the June glooms about it.
They got the June glooms, they got the, why isn't this about me about it?
Why and how are they grouchy?
I don't know, but you know what? We should check in on them on social media to see why and how they're grouchy about Pride Month. Wow. This first post comes from Facebook because that's the trash garden dumpster of the internet.
Yes. Where boomers go to lie to themselves.
Yes. And it's a picture of a silhouetted man and woman, and it says, it's okay to be heterosexual, supporting heterosexuality while it's still legal.
While it's still legal is really the kicker for me.
I know. It's giving, how am I going to get in trouble for this? It's giving the fake Christian persecution that they think they have.
Yeah. What queer head of state do you think is going to make heterosexuality illegal? Last I checked, everyone has a big old boner about, like, having babies and our declining birth rate. Like, you're making shit up. You're making shit up to be upset. This is so funny.
You want to feel like bad things are happening to you when they're not. They're really not.
We're manufacturing drama.
All right, this one says, straight pride. It's natural. It's worked since the beginning of humanity, and you can make babies.
Oh, that is gender essentialist, and we don't like that. Just to be the queerest parody of myself, that is so gender essentialist.
It's so funny that they think that queer people don't procreate.
Yeah. It's weird. As a queer who wants to procreate, that is a bizarre take. You know what's unnatural? Pretending to be into a whole gender that you're not.
Oh, that's true.
You know, like if you were like, hey, surprise, I'm going to be straight because it's quote natural and it's worked since the beginning of humanity, that would be so unnatural.
This one kills me because it's, first of all, it is the colors of a pride flag, and it says LMNOP, lifestyle of mainstream, normal, ordinary people.
I don't know how to tell you about redundancy, straights.
Normal and ordinary?
And mainstream.
Oh, true. Can you imagine wanting to be described as mainstream, ordinary, and normal?
Never. What a, oh man.
You sound boring, straight.
The bullshit Christian take I've heard about reclaiming the rainbow is like it's a symbol of God's covenant to, like, quote unquote, never murder us en masse again. Because it was after the ark.
Yeah.
That being said, like, if you want to reclaim the rainbow, maybe don't be assholes to queer people.
Yeah.
If you want to, like, have a covenant of niceness.
Don't be mean to us and we might give it back to you.
If you ask really nicely, we'll let you have a rainbow in a straight way.
A straight rainbow. A strainbow.
That's just shades of gray. A strainbow. It's just lines. There's no arc.
Let's move on. This person did a reel that says, today I have finally decided to come out as a heterosexual woman. Feel free to praise me for being stunning and brave, living how God intended me to be.
We could come out for being straight if that's what you want to do, honey.
Yeah, good for you.
Live your life, sweetie. Good for you for knowing yourself.
Yeah, good for you for figuring that out. Maybe you did some experimentation and you were like, you know what, this isn't for me. And we love that.
Yeah. I don't know you. Are you risking losing your family and friendships and your job by coming out as straight? Are you?
If you are, congratulations
on being stunning and brave. you bitch.
Boom, roasted.
Whatever. Good for you. If you want a fucking ticker tape party for being hetero, do it. Bubbles.
All right, so last time we briefly talked about the man versus bear debate, where if you would rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear.
The answer's bear.
The answer is bear. With a strange man or a bear. Answer's bear. So the men have now come out with their own, which is, would you rather share your feelings with a tree or a woman?
My good bitches, this is not the serve you think it is. The fact that you want to talk to a tree instead of a woman is not the serve that you think it is. Also, I encourage you to spend more time with trees.
Like, if you want to share your feelings with a tree, as long as you're sharing your feelings, that's great.
That sounds Disney as hell, man.
Please do it. If you need to go talk it out in the woods, great.
Do it.
Yeah. Be it a tree, be it a woman, share your feelings, man.
Do it.
Please. I'm not insulted by this.
Please talk to a tree, man.
Talk to someone.
This video is brought to you by us, Fruity Productions, because we don't have any sponsors yet. Have you ever watched a video and thought, oh my god, is that a Jennifer's Body shirt? Wait, are those vibrators on that mug? Does that mug say, please top me? And thought to yourself, wow, I wish I could buy that. Well, now you can, because Fruity Productions has a store, and you can buy them there. You could get a Rockford Peaches hat, a Savo shirt, a Girl Fight Club mug from Bottoms the Movie. All that and more in the Fruity Productions store. That rhymed. Now back to the straights.
All right, so now we're going to talk about a show that I am currently fucking obsessed with.
Yes!
It's called Don't Tell the Bride UK, because it's a British show. I will say shout out to Curtis Connor, who made a video on this show recently, which is how I discovered the show and why I've been watching it obsessively for the last 3 weeks.
I know nothing about it.
And I'm going to tell you everything about it.
Great.
So Don't Tell the Bride is a show where a couple signs a legally binding contract to not communicate with each other for 3 weeks. And then the groom is tasked to plan the wedding and cannot talk to the bride at all. So he has 3 weeks, £12,000 to plan the wedding, buy the dress, buy the bridesmaids' dresses, find the venue, send out the invitations. She has no say. One of the gut punches of this show that is kind of brilliant is while the groom is making plans in the show, they take the bride to her dream venue to see her dream dress so that you know just how wrong the guy is when he's doing his thing. The reason I bring this up is because are straight people okay?
This is weaponized incompetence, the show.
That's what I was, yes.
Because the gag is he's going to get it so wrong and you have to watch a woman be so disappointed.
Exactly. I was describing it to a friend and they were like, is this just torturing women?
Is the gag watch how much my husband doesn't know me?
Kind of.
Ew.
I know. And it's insanely fun to watch.
I bet. I love these sorts of shows. I watch Love is Blind.
I watch Love is Blind. I feel like I'm Jane Goodall studying the apes, just watching straight people and trying to figure out how they work.
Because you're also watching heterosexual wedding culture.
Exactly. So we're going to go through some of the episodes that I've seen.
Great.
But you know what? We're going to give the benefit of the doubt right now. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start off with a couple of the good ones. Okay. Because not all of them are trash.
Yeah, I bet someone gets it right.
There are 14 seasons. Not all of them are trash. Jesus. So we start off with the good. There is this gentleman who, his wife loves books, loves Pride and Prejudice, so he threw her a Pride and Prejudice themed wedding.
Good for him.
He did Regency. He went out of his way to take horseback riding lessons so he could ride into the venue. And he got costume pieces for everyone to wear so nobody was left out. And he rented an entire estate for the wedding and for the reception.
These straight people are okay.
These straight people are okay. That was so sweet. He did a great job. And so these straight people get a thumbs up.
And Bubbles.
Okay. However, it only goes downhill from here.
Ah, shit.
Here are some of the wild things that have happened on the show. There was one man who wanted his wife to skydive into the wedding.
Okay.
He did not take into account the fact that she had already done her hair, her makeup, and was in her dress, none of which she could actually wear for the skydiving. He had only ever spoken to her about skydiving once, and she is petrified of flying and said, yeah, I would want to do skydiving at some point, but never did she say she wanted to do it on her wedding day.
I would be so mad at this TV show if they made me go skydiving when I explicitly do not want to. I would throw the biggest shit fit because I'm not scared of flying, but I never want to go skydiving. ever.
As she was getting dressed up, her mom was helping her get dressed up into this flight suit. And she said, what if I die? What if I actually die? What if I have a heart attack? And that's not what you want to feel the morning of your wedding.
Oh, God.
I will say, interestingly enough, because sometimes the grooms do these big swings like this.
Yeah.
And the women hate them in the beginning. But when she got down, she was like, okay, that was pretty cool. For some reason, they always want their brides to do something dangerous or risky before the wedding. I don't know why they're never included in that.
Wait, so it's just for the bride to do these risky things?
It was only the bride skydiving.
No!
Yeah, no, they're not doing it together.
No, if you're like gonna suggest that, like that's a thing that we do together.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, that changes everything. Ew. What is he doing when all of this is happening?
He's waiting for her at the aisle, at the
So he gets to chill.
Yeah, he wanted her to rappel down the side of a cliff, which, by the way, was not onto a beach or anything. It was just into choppy water. Like it was off the side of a road. Get onto the back of a jet ski. She was crying the whole way down. She can't swim, so she was scared to jump onto the jet ski.
Do you want to break up? Like,
I don't understand why he's like, this would be fucking cool. And it's like his wife doing it.
Because it would be cool for him.
Then he should do it.
He should do it, which is why I was like, oh, this is obviously a thing that you want to do with your partner.
Yeah.
So that's why you suggested it. But now that I know it's just the bride,
do it with your partner.
do it with your partner. Marriage is a team sport, you fuckers. If he was like, I know she can't swim, I'm going to pick her up on the jet ski.
No, he didn't even pick her up on the jet ski.
No.
I thought he was going to pick her up on the jet ski too, but
I know how to swim and I do not want to pilot a jet ski ever.
it was both a strange man who was helping her rappel down and then a strange man on the jet ski.
Pick the bear.
She got off of the jet ski shaking. She told him after the wedding, because of course she still went through with it for some reason. She said, I can't even swim. Why would you put me on a fucking jet ski? I hated it. And he said, but when you saw your friend who I invited and flew in, that was great, right? Because he did do that.
The correct response is, babe, I'm sorry. I took a swing and I fouled that shit so bad.
I would never. Why would you do that to your partner if she doesn't know how to swim?
I love not being straight. I'm aware that I'm attracted to multiple genders, but like, is being gay a choice? Like, I can make a choice. I'll do it.
I will say, and this is going to be the only time you hear me say this on this show. In defense of the straights.
What?
These are like early 20-year-olds.
Oh, they're children.
Yeah. For the most part, they're all under 20.
Under 20?
Sorry, under 30. Anyway, and granted, I haven't watched all the seasons yet. I've flipped around. So these last two, the awful ones, are from the most recent season.
Okay.
And you know they're finding the worst of the worst because that's how reality shows work.
Exactly.
So the worst one that I've seen is the hot tub wedding.
I'm looking at a picture. This looks disgusting. Everyone's getting a UTI at this wedding.
It's 21 hot tubs, 10 in an aisle, so you can walk down the middle of them, and then one at the end for the bride and the groom. He had to put it somewhere, so he chose to rent out a rugby field for that and also the reception. The bride was hoping for a traditional wedding, and she had to wear a white bikini because that's what he got for her, because it's a hot tub wedding. Possibly the worst part of this whole episode.
Other than wearing a white bikini in front of everybody.
Other than wearing a white bikini and having to walk down a row of, which by the way, if you could see in the picture, there's actually a slip and slide in the middle of that. The worst part is that she couldn't even get into the hot tub because she has a skin condition that makes her sensitive to chlorine.
This person knows nothing about the person he is getting married to.
It's not even like it was like something special to them, like they got engaged in a hot tub or anything. She even said, I don't think I've ever been in a jacuzzi. I don't really like jacuzzis, no. When confronted with the fact that she couldn't get in the hot tub as like a post-wedding interview, he said, I was wrapped up in the bigger picture and forgot the minor details. And she said, the minor details of my skin condition?
Why are y'all getting married to each other?
Straight people, yeah, that was the other thing, is I feel like straight people do not talk to their partners. Because you know what kills me now that I have a girlfriend?
I love you being so happy about this. It is my favorite thing. If we do another show just called Amanda Holland Has a Girlfriend, I'm here for it. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. We've been dating for 6 months now. You know how straight people are like, they get interviewed and there's somebody's like, hey man, what color are your girlfriend's eyes? And he's like,
Oh no.
I'm like, I don't know if it's just because as a lesbian, we stare into each other's eyes for long periods of time.
But isn't it weird that you're like, you know what makes being queer different? Eye contact. Like, that shouldn't be the case.
We know not all straights are like that. They always pick the worst, but also look into your girlfriend's eyes.
You're not sending your best soldiers. Choose your fighter a little more wisely, the straights.
All right, do we have any final thoughts on Don't Tell the Bride, UK, which, by the way, all the seasons are on Tubi.
You should be able to say no. If at the end of this, you should be able to say no.
I think so, too.
You should be able to say no at any point and bail and break up with this person and never see them again. I would break up with that person on the cliff.
You're like,
Before I got to the jet ski,
never mind.
And goodbye.
Look, I would love to do fun things at my wedding, but I will always be taking into account what my partner wants as well.
Yeah.
like a human being.
Like, the fact that these dudes don't take this opportunity to, like, give their partner a fun surprise and be thoughtful. Yeah. Like, if you had $1 billion zillion to do a grand romantic gesture, take that opportunity.
Yeah, and some of them do, but not all of them do.
That Pride and Prejudice dude did real good.
Yeah. Are straight people assholes?
Sometimes.
Am I the asshole for not complimenting my wife so that she won't become vain?
Without reading this, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Context. My wife, 29F, and I, 31M, have been together for 10 years. We share 3 children, 9, 7, 5. My wife was never someone to really dress up or put too much thought into her looks. She's always been beautiful, but never did too much to highlight it until recently. She went through the crisis of feeling like she didn't have a personality outside of being a mom. Real.
Fair.
Real.
She had her first kid at 20.
Yeah, something like that. So for the last 2 years, she started traveling more. Good for you. Joining different groups. Awesome. Dressing really nicely and wearing makeup. Great.
Pause for the cause really quick. So they've been together for 10 years and their first child is 9.
Yeah, she had a child.
I think they got pregnant like a few months into the relationship.
Good point. I never realized how much of a difference it would make, but people treat her completely differently because she's, feeling confident in herself.
Right.
She's constantly getting complimented, told she should be in magazines. She'll come home happy and happily tell me about a random stranger who was so nice to her. She randomly gets gifts. Lady at her job brought her and book series she was interested in. She gets hit on. When we go out, all the dudes want to buy her drinks. Even my family has noticed. And all of a sudden, it seems like they're wondering how I ended up with her. Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming for me and something I'm just not used to. It's kind of becoming annoying. Anyways, she was...
You want to be told you're a special pretty boy, too, and, that's fine.
You can put on makeup as well if you want to.
Yeah, bitch.
Anyways, she was going out with her friends and asked me how she looked. I just said, fine. She seemed disappointed with this. My sister was over and commented that I should hype her up. I said, why should I do that when the world already does? That I don't want her to think highly of herself and become more vain. My sister looked shocked and said, that's effed up, said that's low-key abusive and I'm an asshole. I think she's overthinking it, but decided to get an outside opinion. So am I the asshole? Yes.
Yes, you are. Across the board.
I can't imagine not wanting to hype up my partner as much as I fucking can.
I can't imagine not being excited by all the attention that, someone else is getting.
Yeah, instead of looking at it as people being like, how did you get her? You could be like, oh my God,
how did you get her?
Yes,
exactly. This man is a hater and should not be married.
Yeah. He
oh my God.
is so insecure.
Yeah.
About his wife getting...
But the concern is that she doesn't become vain, is his concern. He's not like, she's getting attention and it's stupid, or she's getting attention and I'm jealous. He's like, I just don't want her to become stuck up.
He's like, I want her to keep working for my validation.
I want her to feel insecure so she still thinks I'm the best fucking thing ever, which she should think anyways, because you're married, but I don't blame her for not.
Yeah.
Because fuck you, dude.
Am I the asshole for calling my girlfriend a bitch for lying about an emergency to test my commitment? My girlfriend, 29F, Andrea, and I, 29M, have been together for a few months now. Everything had gone smoothly until yesterday when she pulled off a ridiculous stunt. She called me late at night to say that she's seriously injured, having panic attacks, and that no one else is with her as her parents are out, which was true, they were out. She said she's also got some chest pain and thinks she's dying, and that she's in a really bad state and could hardly breathe. She was heaving while she spoke. She begged me to help her, said that she's already called 911, but that she also wanted to let me know, and I was shocked. I took my car to rush towards her house, and it was only after reaching her that I found out that she was joking about it. She met me joyfully and said that she only wanted to see how committed I am during an emergency, as that's an essential part of a relationship or something.
Oh, you were just talking about how women can also be terrible.
Yeah, women can also be terrible.
Yeah. There's a whole spin-off show called Are Queer People Okay? And sometimes women suck.
Yeah.
It's just going through my Hinge account being like, why?
Anyway, he said, I lost my temper and asked her what the fuck her problem was. Valid. She said that she was just testing me and I got pissed off. I called her a fucking bitch.
Fair.
Yeah. And told her that I did not deserve to be treated like trash and made use of like that. She was crying by saying that she only wanted to check whether I am good fit and that I overreacted. I left the house immediately and haven't talked to her since. She's been texting me, but I just ignored her. Am I the asshole? No. No,
you're good. You had an appropriate reaction.
Overall consensus, 3 out of 3, not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Also, your relationship will get tested eventually. I don't know why you're rushing to have like an emergency.
I don't know if this is a toxic thing to think about, and I've never done this before.
Right.
But, like, you could test this on a way smaller scale of just being like, hey, I don't really feel good right now.
Yeah.
And if they are receptive to that, then...
Yeah, you could be like, I have cramps.
Yeah.
And do they show up with chocolate, yes or no?
Exactly. You don't have to be like, I've called the ambulance. I think I'm dying.
The lie doesn't have to be about, like, your panic attack. Like,
I've been stabbed. Like, you set up a whole crime scene, like blood and actors, and you're like, thank you. I'm so glad you responded this way. These are very high production costs, loyalty tests. Should I start a theater group where we do that? Do you want to know if your boyfriend will show up in an emergency? Hire our theater group. We'll pretend to be cops. We can do forensic.
12 queer women will show up and commit to the bit so hard.
I've been in an episode of Law & Order SVU, so I've got that experience.
I was on the Rookie.
We've got experience across the board. I've watched enough Grey's Anatomy to know that I can say scalpel.
We have advanced theater degrees.
And check out our prep work.
Bubbles. You have a cup next to you.
Bubbles! Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you can see more episodes. We're going to be coming at you the first Thursday of every month.
Ooh, we have a schedule. Get our merch.
Get our merch. Merch.
We're not doing the Jake Paul thing.
And as always, free Palestine. Free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan. Okay, bye.
Listen, I have Bubbles. We both look like we're in high school.
We do.
And I enjoy that. We are firmly in our mid-30s, and we look 20 years younger.
3 years to 40, baby.
Woo!